I'm going to tread carefully. I appreciate Mr. Williams and the majority of his comments, and he always has a lot of questions. I am deeply concerned that he has heard something out of an executive session that's supposed to be private. And even worse, based on things he was saying, he didn't hear the correct thing. So I'm not going to discuss what we discussed in executive session, but he was not correct in his summation of what actually happened in there. So once again, I'll remind all council members, we don't talk about what goes on in executive session, because if we are going to start doing that, I've got a lot of things to say. We all have different comprehension levels. The very first word, page 129 of our agenda, under section 9, says, any person, comma. We've talked about, I'm not a resident. We've talked about, I only work here. We've talked about things like that. It says the very first word is any person. So what is it that let's get upset about differences of opinion. Let's not get upset about facts. These ladies did a lot of work here, and some of the audience didn't even read the work that they did and are mad at some of us for just reading this, but it says to be any person. So I don't know why you're mad about or even would make statements about things that aren't true. Number 2, has been directly involved. Doesn't mean you're the victim, it means you were there. We have had some ethics complaints that were 5th person. 5th person. You know how much fun it was investigating some of those things? Not first person, 2nd person, 3rd person, 5th. I think you guys have done a great job. Could we all come behind you and amend some things and throw stones at some of your work? Well, that's America, I guess. So I think you've done a really good job. I could also see some things, if we want to, that we can amend slightly. But when I'm listening to the audience, I'm hearing that not everybody can make a complaint. Not true. I'm hearing that only the person or the victim can make a complaint. Not true. So I think they did a really good job, and we should possibly make a change or two. And as far as conducting you know, in government, everything moves slow. You know what else happens in government? We can make changes. This policy was done a few years ago. We're talking about an update. Maybe the new council wants to make another update. But do we just not do things? Do we just stop and not do things? Sometimes steps are okay.
So,
Catherine.
so I want to,